So apparently the world might end in 2026 again, because humans love nothing more than predicting the apocalypse with the statistical accuracy of a toddler throwing darts. But today, we are going to look at the myths people keep dragging into this conversation. Ragnarok, the apocalypse, the Mayan cycles, the Aztec Suns, and why every few years the internet convinces itself the universe is about to submit a resignation letter. Welcome back to Pantheon, the channel where we explore ancient mythology while trying not to panic about the modern world. If you enjoy mythological chaos explained by someone who is one more prophecy away from taking a nap, like and subscribe. It keeps the algorithm from ending our world first. Every era thinks it is the last one. Ancient farmers saw a solar eclipse and went, "Yep, this is it." Medieval Europe saw a comet and started drafting goodbye letters. And now modern people see global news and think, time to check if Nostradamus said anything about 2026. It is comforting, in a strange way, to believe the chaos has a deadline, even if the deadline is always wrong. We crave a schedule for our anxieties, a sense of an ending to all the uncertainty. It's a deeply human trait to try and impose order on a world that feels increasingly disordered. So we look to the past, to these epic, dramatic stories, and we try to map them onto our present. We see ourselves in the final chapters, hoping it means there's a script, a plan, instead of just random, unscripted chaos. It's less about predicting the future and more about making sense of the now. And when it comes to dramatic apocalypses, Norse mythology absolutely delivers the most epic season finale imaginable. We're talking wolves literally eating the sun and moon, earthquakes that shake the foundations of all the realms, giants storming the gates of Asgard, a giant sea serpent, Jarmungandr, rising from the depths to poison the sky. Basically, it's nature throwing the ultimate temper tantrum. It is so metal. But here's the critical twist everyone seems to miss. Ragnarok is cyclical. It's a reset button, not a power-off switch. It ends the world, yes, but it also kickstarts a brand new one. A couple of gods survive, 2 humans hide in the world tree, and creation begins again. Norse myths do not give a calendar date. They did not write world ending, coming in 2026. If anything, they described cosmic patterns. The inevitable ebb and flow of creation and destruction, not appointment reminders for doomsday. So if someone online tells you Ragnarok is happening next year, they are probably basing that on vibes and a cool movie trailer rather than any actual textual accuracy from the ancient sagas. Then we have the Christian apocalypse, as described in the Book of Revelation. This text has been misinterpreted so many times it deserves royalties. Seriously, people have been using it to predict the end of the world for almost 2,000 years. There have been thousands of predictions, and not a single one has been correct. Not one. The track record is literally 0%. Also, and this is the important part, Revelation is deeply symbolic. It is apocalyptic literature, which is a specific genre. It's not a weather forecast or a political timetable. You cannot just take the imagery of the beast, the dragon, and the 7 seals, and treat them like a checklist for the evening news. That is not how this kind of writing works. It was written for a specific audience at a specific time, using powerful metaphors to talk about persecution, faith, and ultimate justice. But humans love a good puzzle. We love decoding things, even things that were never meant to be decoded in the first place. And Revelation is the ultimate cryptic crossword for doomsday enthusiasts. And of course, we have to talk about the Mayan calendar problem. Ah, yes. The great 2012 meltdown. The internet took one look at a complex, sophisticated Mesoamerican astronomical system and collectively said, "I choose fear." Let's be crystal clear. The Mayans never, ever predicted the end of the world. Their long count calendar simply resets its cycles. A major cycle, a Berkton, ended in December 2012.
Ow.
That's it. It's like your phone's battery hitting 1%. It does not mean the phone is going to spontaneously explode in your hand. It means you need to charge it. Or in this case, it means a new cycle begins, and it's time to recalibrate your understanding of ancient cultures. So why do people keep reusing the Mayan calendar panic for 2026? It is simple. Once a meme about the apocalypse gains traction, especially one as big as the 2012 phenomenon. It becomes permanent cultural furniture. It's a familiar, easy-to-reference piece of doom lore that gets recycled whenever a new date pops up. Next up, we have the Aztec myth of the 5 suns. Aztec cosmology describes the world existing in a series of eras, each one called a sun, and each previous world, each sun, ended in a pretty spectacular, catastrophic way. We're talking about worlds destroyed by rampaging jaguars, consumed by fire, washed away by massive floods, or blown away by hurricane-force winds. Honestly, the universe had some creative range back then. They were living through a cosmic disaster movie franchise. But here's the key point. The current era, our era, is the 5th sun. And according to the mythology, there is no expiration date listed. The Aztecs did not leave behind countdown timers or a best-before date for the planet. They left stories, powerful rituals, and a rich, complex symbolism about the nature of time and sacrifice. The panic, the countdowns, the specific dates, humans added all of that much, much later. We took their profound cosmology and turned it into a cheap alarm clock. So that brings us to the big question. Why 2026? Why is this particular year suddenly showing up in all this apocalyptic content online? There are basically 3 modern reasons for this. Reason 1 is planetary alignments. People love a dramatic sky event. Give humanity a rare astronomical pattern, a weird comet, or planets lining up in a funky way, and suddenly everyone thinks the cosmic landlord is about to evict us. There's always some celestial event that can be interpreted as a bad omen. Reason 2 is good old-fashioned cultural anxiety. When the world feels unstable, when there's a lot of social, political, or environmental stress, humans desperately seek an explanation. Mythology becomes a sort of psychological safety blanket. Even if that blanket is full of holes and on fire, it provides a narrative for the chaos. And reason 3 is the simplest of all. Content virality. Let's be real. The phrase 2026 prophecy performs extremely well in algorithms. If you make a video with a thumbnail that says ancient cultures warned us about 2026, congratulations, you have already won the click-through rate lottery. It's a formula that just works. So, what is the real meaning of all these myths? Here is the slightly unexciting but honest truth. Mythological end times, whether it's Ragnarok or the turning of a cosmic age, are almost always about renewal. They are about transformation. They are about a fundamental shift in the state of being. They were never meant to be Google Calendar alerts for the end of everything. These stories teach us that cycles rise and fall. They teach that chaos often clears the space for a new order to emerge. They remind us that cosmic drama, the big epic struggles between gods and monsters, is part of the ongoing narrative of existence, not the final word. If anything, myths about the end of the world are a powerful reminder for us to live better right now, to be wiser, to be kinder, and maybe, just maybe, to stop watching apocalypse videos at 3 in the morning. They are not a prediction of our future. They are a commentary on the human condition and our place in the grand cyclical patterns of the universe. So no, ancient civilizations did not predict that the world would end specifically in 2026. But that doesn't mean their stories don't matter. They matter immensely. They explain how human beings have always experienced endings and beginnings and all the dramatic, messy, beautiful stuff that happens in between. They're a mirror reflecting our own anxieties and our own hopes for renewal. If you enjoyed this slightly comedic walk through global doom mythology, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And tell us in the comments if you want a part 2, because apparently the world is very committed to giving us more material. Thanks for watching.